champions at? I'm about to murder the stage, call an ambulance. Moment of silence, my condolences. I'm going crazy, I don't think that I can hold it in. I pray to God to...
Each one of us can build wealth, replace scarcity with abundance, replace average with greatness, replace uncertainty with conviction. Success is there for the taking. Small business owners, entrepreneurs, startups, and the ambitious. Grant Cardone tells you what you have to do to prosper in this new economy. He'll inform you in everything business, finance, and career related. Get ready. Find the knowledge for your success. It's all here, right now, in the Cardone Zone.
On your plexiglass, snapping back up on your station. Keep style elevated, you feeling this sensation. To a higher zone, you are not alone.
Hey, welcome to the Cardone Zone. This is Grant Cardone. It's Tuesday, 1 p.m. here in Miami Beach. Hope you guys are doing great today. Thanks for joining me as we do every Tuesday here to talk about your business, your money, your finances. Look, my job's to get you out of this freaking slave trap called the middle class. This thing that was sold to you like it was going to be freedom in a country where we talk about freedom. Here we are moving into the July 4th week, where we celebrate our independence, where most people are not free, nor are they independent. Today, I want to talk to you about your freedom. How are you going to get it? Are you entitled to it? Should everybody have it? Or is this just some mantra that this country's based on? It was built on. People came here for freedom, right? Paulie, you came over here for some freedom. So look, I want to get you some real freedom, okay? Because look, life is not just a mantra. Life is not some commercial. We talk about freedom in this country like it's an ad. I mean, really merely like an ad. Like, freedom, I'm in America, I'm free. You don't have any money, man. You're taking a bus to work every day, okay? That means you're waiting on their schedule. You got to work for the man. You work for somebody you don't like. A manager you hate his freaking guts. You're dependent upon traffic coming in from advertising you do. That's not free. What is that? You're in a marriage you're not happy with. Your kids are going to public schools where they're being, they can't even say what they want. I mean, just imagine you're 7 years old, you're not even free. I got to raise my hand to ask a question of some lady that can't help me in life. No offense to the teacher, but come on, let's keep it real here. That's what we do in the Cardone Zone. We keep it real so you can be free. Okay, happy July 4th week. This I'm prompted by this because of July 4th weekend, but also because I read this article in Business Insider, one of my favorite online magazines. I must say it's one of my favorites because I posted an article there last week and had 613,000 reads in 10 days. Humble brag. It's a humble brag. I'm free to do that. Because I don't care, man. I mean, part of freedom is like, I'm going to say it and I don't care. What is the penalty for me saying something? I might lose a customer. Maybe you don't like me, whatever. But there's an article about rich people don't create jobs by a billionaire named Nick Hanauer. I'd never heard of Nick before. He's unbelievably successful. There's a picture of the cat. Nick, I think you pronounce it Hanauer, Hanauer. He's one of the country's most successful entrepreneurs and investors. He believes, he's saying in this article that, and I think you can look up the article by going to Pitchforks are coming. Pitchforks are coming for the one percenters, meaning the middle class and the people in America that are not getting enough are going to be so upset that they're coming with pitchforks to kill the rich. Billionaire says that the idea of trickle-down economics that has been so popular since the Reagan administration. Trickle down is nonsense. It is repeated by the ruling class, the one percenters. They're not the ruling class. Otherwise, they'd have different people in office right now. He says the ruling class, the rich, are creating a record inequality and actually crippling our economy. Now, look, if you read this from a billionaire, this is very similar to what I talked about a couple of weeks ago about the article that was written in the Wall Street Journal by quoting Warren Buffett saying if you basically bought $40 worth of Coca-Cola stock and held it for 100 years, you'd be a billionaire, or you'd be worth $11 million today. I just want you to understand before you get all excited about this billionaire writing this article and giving a billionaire maybe more, credibility than he might deserve just because he's a billionaire, doesn't mean he has any more right to his opinion than I do. Okay, he says that the middle class is being impoverished by decades of cost cuts, wage stagnation, while he and his friends, that would be me. I don't know that I'm his friend actually. That we are taking our undue share. That the middle class now spend almost every penny they make. Do you understand that? If you're in the middle class, you're spending almost every penny you make. Where's the freedom in that? Now, he would suggest that somebody's doing something to you. I would suggest nobody is ever doing anything to a free person. If I'm truly free, nobody can do anything to me. Look, wages are at record lows as a percent of the economy. Record lows since 1929. They have never been this low compared to GDP. The middle class is clearly hurting. That's why I do this show. That hurt, in turn, is holding back the revenue growth. He says if the middle class was doing better, they would buy more things. Unlike most successful entrepreneurs and investors, he says he understands that his success is due in large part as a result of where he was born, being in the right place at the right time. He says if he had been born in South Africa, he could be maybe selling sodas on the side of the road. He wouldn't be a billionaire today. Why am I telling you this? Why am I covering this? Because I think this cat's wrong, okay? Look, I think that if we gave $10,000, he says if we somehow changed the taxing, the middle classes would end up, if we change minimum wage and change some tax policy in this country, the middle class would end up with $10,000 more spending money than they have today. Okay, the truth is, folks, if you gave every person in this country $10,000 more than they have right now, they would go get rid of it. And it would end up in the very same hands of the people that said, here it is. Because most people are not focused on freedom. Most people in this country actually believe because they live in America, they're entitled to be free. Let me tell you something. You're not entitled to be free. You're not going to be free unless you work for it every day, okay? My number's 305-865-8668, 305-865-8668. I'd love to hear your question. Are you free? Really? Are you responsible for creating your freedom? I think and I believe for the last 25 years it was my job, not the government's job. I don't trust those people. It's my job to create my own freedom. Number one, you're responsible for your freedom. No one else is. Number two, you need to create your freedom every day. If it's important to you, you got to figure out, how do I get free every day? And number three, quit settling for comfort. Most people in the United States of America today are settling for comfort and never get to freedom. Stay with me. This is Grant Cardone. You're in the Cardone Zone. You can tweet me at Grant Cardone. I'll take your questions there as well. Stay with me. I'm sick of hiring people that are uninspired. I'm done with people that make more excuses than they can make money. I'm over the book smart and the people stupid. I'll throw up again if I hear about what you did rather than what you can do. This isn't a contest. This isn't a challenge. This is the way I hire people. My name's Grant Cardone. Look, I'm in a hurry to get to the next level. I'm looking for people that can get the job done. And I have two rules. One, find great people. Number two, never tolerate average. I'm looking for the great people, the people that will do whatever it takes, and the people that refuse to settle. Trust me, if you got any little bitch in you, I'll find out. This is whatever it takes.
For over 30 years, international interior designer Stephen G. is a world-renowned master of contemporary and traditional high-end design.
To me, lifestyle and comfort is what a great design project is all about.
Interiors by Stephen G. has galleries in Florida and New York. With staff fluent in 7 different languages, Interiors by Stephen G offers a full-service experience from construction to completion. Visit Interiors by Stephen G at Facebook or his website, interiorsbystephenG.com. That's interiorsbystephenG.com to get started on bringing your design fantasies to a level beyond your dreams. Visit interiorsbystephenG.com today.
Wait to see what I do this year. It's going to be freaking over the top crazy, okay? Show me some love. Come on now. I want to talk to you today about success. What you're learning here will go with you for the rest of your life. You're getting me excited right now. If you're average, you'll hate me.
Being able to live where you want requires that you produce, even when you don't want to.
Every day they're freaking out there. Every day I'm hustling.
Saying, hey man, I want to put my hustle on in the hustle country of the planet, America, the great USA.
Hey, Grant Cardone here, New York Times bestselling author and your friend in sales and in business. That's right, in business. So you want to scream about it? You want to bitch, complain? Go ahead.
This is the worst job market in the history of the United States of America.
The truth is, get back to promise and hope followed up with work. Completely committed, completely dedicated. It's not work, it's a passion. Turn that camera on. Is it loaded? Do you have battery in it? Turn it on and follow me.
It's a Wi-Fi hotspot.
What does that mean, man?
We could Skype. We could do whatever you want. All right.
I can do a video here, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
Hey, welcome back to the Cardone Zone. We're talking about freedom today, man. How do you get your freedom on, baby? You know, most people are looking for all kinds of things. I'm like, where's freedom in your freaking equation? What do you mean freedom? You hadn't even looked it up, man. Check out the full article. Go to grantcardonesuccess.com. You'll see me write a strategy at the end of the week. If you're subscribed, you'll get this week. grantcardonesuccess.com. And you're going to see an article on freedom. Okay, look, you're not entitled to it. You're not guaranteed it. Just because you born in the United States of America does not mean you are free. Most people are not. I can show you graphs that will startle you. Check out wages as a percentage of GDP. Wages as a percent of GDP are at an all-time high. What does that mean? Your wages are going down. They've been falling for 50 years. Okay? How's that freedom? Look, you don't have enough money. You go into the store. Every day you go to the store, you're worried about how much something costs. I want to fly. I want to go down to Mexico and spend 4 days with Grant Cardone, and the airfare is $400, and the hotel is going to be $2,000, and I can't get off of work. How much freedom is in that? You're taking customers you don't like. You're having to deal with somebody that you don't like. You're having to sell a customer that does not value your product or your service, compares you to some cheap freaking whore down the street. How is that freedom? It's not, folks. It's not. You know what? Freedom, defined by the dictionary, absence of subjection to foreign domination or despotic government. How can you be free, man, when you got Nancy Pelosi running the government? All right? The power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants without hindrance or restraint. I can't even say the N word. My wife has got me where I can't say the F word. I can't say the F word, fat. Can't say the N word. I'm not free. Where's the free at, man? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Follow me on Twitter at Grant Cardone. You can call in 305-865-8668. 305-865-8668. I'm so free. I can't even say my numbers right. 305-865-8668. Where you at, man? How much freedom do you have? On a scale from 1 to 10, how free are you really? Okay, if you're worried about money every freaking second of every day, that's a problem. You're not free. I want to take Ray. Ray, talk to me, brother. Ray from Philadelphia. Philadelphia is the freedom city of the world, right? Ray?
How we doing, Mr. Cardone?
Is Ray there?
I'm here.
Well, I can't hear Ray.
I'm
Ray
here.
Ray got freedom, but he ain't got no phone.
I'm here.
So check it out. Business Insider billionaire Nick Hanauer says the Pitchforks are coming he's talking about the 1% trapping, making slaves of the rest of the middle class, that wages aren't going up enough, and that it is the rich people's responsibility. I'm suggesting to you it's nobody's responsibility for your freedom except you. You're responsible. I wake up every day. I'm not fighting for money every day. You guys hear me talk about money a lot. I'm not fighting for money. I'm fighting for freedom, baby. Okay? I'm not seeking comfort. I'm seeking freedom. When my buddies were going on trips, seeing the world, I was like, no, we'll save that for later. When my friends were out buying cars and new furniture, I was like, no, I'll do that later. Okay? I want freedom, not comfort. Do rich people create jobs? They're not creating my jobs. Nobody's creating my jobs. Does the government create a good job for me, a good opportunity? Nobody creates a good job or an opportunity for me. I do. I'm not waiting for the government to give me something. I'm waking up every day knowing this. Nobody's responsible but for me, okay? Nobody's responsible but me for my freedom. Number 2, I'm going to create on my freedom every second of every day. Every phone call I make, every little letter I send out, I am going to send out a letter. I'm trying to get my freedom. Every tweet I do, every Facebook post, I'll violate almost every social moray, all the codes, in order to create freedom for myself. Look, entrepreneurs and rich investors don't create jobs, is what Nick says. They create opportunities. Nick, you know they create opportunities, okay? I start a company here. I create opportunities for people. This company might not be here forever. What do? I can't hear him. We can't hear him? Can I hear Ray? Talk to me, Ray.
I'm here.
All right, brother. Sorry, we had a little technical difficulty because we're not free over here. See, Ray, we dependent. What do you think, Ray? What do you think about what I'm saying about this freedom thing?
Well, I don't want to sound like a typical Cardone fan, because I certainly am. But my background, Grant, for the better part of 15 years, was executive search, staffing, recruiting, and employment. So I worked in the Fortune world, 500, 1,000 world, and rubbed elbows as a young 20-something-year-old with some of the highest executives in this country. And now being an entrepreneur myself, I know a little something about what's going on with jobs and the economy and so forth. And I couldn't disagree with the gentleman that you quoted earlier as far as where the jobs come from, how they're created, because it does start with the entrepreneurs and the thinking of what has been going on in the middle class in this country, not only the past 5, 6, almost 7 years now, but beyond. It's been crippling to them because of the brainwash mentality of what was taught 50 years ago and not going out and getting yours. Yeah,
so what Ray's saying is, and the billionaire Nick Hanauer is saying, rich people don't create jobs, that the whole trickle-down thing is ridiculous. And I'm like, dude, nobody created a job for me. No rich person. I worked for a car dealer when I was 23 years old. They were rich. He's broke now. I created that job for me. I walked in and said, hey, hire me. They weren't hiring people. They weren't running an ad. Rich people do not create jobs. I create the job. Here's Ray, has been involved in executive search for Fortune 500 companies. Who creates the job? Coca-Cola, Google, or the individual, Ray?
The individual, hands down.
Yeah. Why is everybody blaming the rich for not doing their part? What are they supposed to do? Nothing. You're supposed to do it. Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah. That I'll never understand. And I'm still a fairly young guy myself. I just happen to have a lot of life experience under my belt. And, after I went, into entrepreneurship over 12 years ago, learned a hard lesson, but, through the ups and downs and, business is definitely booming. And you think about that, Grant, why is it for certain entrepreneurs, somebody, I'm pushing 40 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm no spring chicken, but obviously still young at heart, young with energy and so forth. But why is certain, not sectors, why are certain individuals thriving even more so in this, for lack of words, crazy and crappy economy the past 5, 6 years, where the majority of the rest of the country are hurting and fighting for the scraps?
Yeah, and Ray, why do they always do well? That's the interesting thing. They do well in bad times, good times. They even do better in bad times.
Absolutely, because they identify the opportunities where most people are sitting on the couch waiting for something to happen. And I know I'm sounding a little cliche-ish here, but I buy into that, Grant. I buy into 10X it. I just had these past 30 days, I just had a record month for my company in terms of overall walk-away profit, and it's because I wasn't going to settle, for what has been prior to. I set a certain goal, we achieved it, and now I'm even looking to blast that out of the water the next 30 days. But that's what entrepreneurs do. When I, like you, very obsessed. I'm not obsessed with money. I'm not obsessed with success, but I am certainly obsessed with my freedom, compared to the rest of the population. Let me give you some statistics.
Hey, Ray, stay with me. I'm going to go to a break right now, but you're listening to Ray. It's Ray Yedman, right?
Yes, sir.
At Ray Yedman on Twitter. This is at Grant Cardone. Stay with me. We're going to come back and talk about an entrepreneur, 40 years old. Ray's out there saying, hey, nobody's responsible for your freedom but you. Stay with me. This is Grant Cardone. You're in the Cardone Zone.
Are you looking for the keys to success? Are you not sure how to break out and move forward in your life? If you are asking these questions, you need a way to take massive action, a way to develop the right attitude, the right approach, every minute of every day. The Grant on the Go 4-book MP3 package is the solution. Included are all 4 of Grant Cardone's best-selling books. Download to one device or to all of them. With over 30 hours of content designed for sales, closing, finance, and career, with special exercises to ensure you know the data. Grant on the Go is narrated by Grant Cardone himself, a personal coach for sales, motivation, negotiations, keeping your pipeline full with no blank space on your calendar. An $800 value. On sale now for $249.99. Order now at grantcardone.com/Grant on the Go. This is $1 million program. Go to grantcardone.com/Grant on the Go. Be productive, take action, and make the moves that are vital to your success. Order now at grantcardone.com/Grant on the Go today. There are 7 billion people in the world. Who are you? How are you different?
7 billion people on planet Earth. There's a small portion of them that want greatness.
Seller Be Sold, book and audio package.
You can't get away from this idea that you just have to sell more.
Voted the #1 business sales book by Axiom Gold Awards. Now, for the first time ever, in audio, read by Grant Cardone. If you want to get your way in business and in life, call 800-368-5771. Seller Be Sold, book and audio package. Call 800-368-5771 today.
I ask you this. What would it be worth for you to learn everything there is to know about growing your business? Cardone University was created for entrepreneurs that want to 10x their business. It was created for you so you can have me available to you from any phone, any pad or tablet, or any computer. If you can imagine the business strategy or a business opportunity you need a solution to, I have the answers here. Fortune 500 companies around the world pay up to $500,000 for this same information that I want to provide to you now. Look, if you want to 10x your income, I want to help you. If you want to become a multimillionaire, I want to help you. If you want to become a billionaire, I want to help you. It's not enough to just want it. You need information. I want to be your personal business coach. You can have access to me 24/7 from any device. Sign up now and let's go get yours. Back. This is Grant Cardone. You're in the Cardone Zone. We're talking about freedom today. A guy named Nick Hanauer, rich billionaire, says, look, the rich people aren't doing their part. Pitchforks are coming for the rich. He says, rich people do not create jobs. Trickle down does not work. And I'm like, well, dude, okay, if the rich people don't create jobs, who does? All right? I mean, really, who does? And I'm like, yeah, Nick, I don't think rich people create jobs any more than I believe in trickle down. I believe I got to go find mine. I'm not supposed to wake up in the morning and just have things fall on me, trickle down. Look, here's the reality. 28 million small businesses in America cannot create 300 million jobs. There's only 28 million small businesses in America. 75% of the 28 million businesses in America don't have any employees. Here's the facts, folks. Okay? 75%, 21 million companies do not have employees. If rich people don't create jobs, who does? It ain't the broke company. Ray from Philadelphia, I cut you off before the break, bro, but you want to tell people 40 years old, you're having the best year of your life, right?
Absolutely. Not 40 yet, Grant. 38.
38. Okay. Well, you close, man. Add the 9 months, you're almost 39. You sat 9 months in the womb. So, look, when you were born, bro, you weren't free. You needed mama's boobie, right?
You needed something.
You needed something to eat. So, look, like everybody's dependent at some point. We're all dependent, but the reality is most people are not working for their independence. So, Ray, what do you do every day, Ray, as an entrepreneur to, like, create freedom? And would you spend money, would you invest money to actually get freedom?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I look for every opportunity possible. And again, I'll try not to sound too cliche, Grant, because my thinking today is a lot of what people were doing as entrepreneurs before technology, 20, 30 years ago. I mean, again, even being 38 years old, and I'll equate this to the recruiting aspects. As a candidate, people have become so reliant on job boards, social media, whatever the case may be, to look for a job, versus the people that actually now are going out and finding good jobs are actually going and kicking down doors, which was being done 20, 30, 40 years ago before they just sat there, wait for that next email or that next phone call to come in, which is every other single job market candidate out there is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They've gotten lazy. So with me, I absolutely would invest. If I see an opportunity, I just had the opportunity this past weekend, Grant, in Atlantic City, to spend time with an NFL agency to potentially work with NFL players on branding, on imaging, on potentially nonprofit work, website development, et cetera. And, and it was a pretty penny just to get your foot in the door. But
it was how much?
Sorry?
How much?
It was anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000 over about 2.5 days.
Yeah. And, I was brought up, Ray, as a middle-class person. I was brought up to really save money, conserve money, protect money. But the truth is, now I look back, that stole my freedom because I placed more emphasis on the little bit of money I had or what I was going to spend for my expansion and my freedom. You're listening to Ray. What's your Twitter handle again, Ray? I just lost it.
It's at Ray Yedman, RAYYEDMAN.
Yeah, follow Ray Yedman on Twitter. Ray, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. Folks, I'm talking about an article, okay? A billionaire wrote it. He's talking about that the rich people need to improve the position of the middle class in America, and it would be good for our social economic ecosystem. He's suggesting that companies would do better if the middle class had more money. I agree with that, of course. Look, I'm dependent upon the people around me. If they don't have money, if I have a restaurant and nobody in Miami has money for the restaurant, then your company's going to die, okay? But here's how money is created. Here's how an ecosystem of money is created. A guy has an idea, okay? I have an idea. You have an idea. Then I invest money to back my idea. With money, it gives my idea confidence, right? The more money my idea has, the more confidence it's going to have in the marketplace, the more places it will be. I create a product or a service out of that. I then go into the marketplace and sell that idea or service. I get money for that. I repeat that activity, and I need people now. I need people to support more of that product and more of that service, the manufacturing, the servicing of it, whatever. So at some point, that company now hires people. But where did the opportunity come from? And who's responsible for the freedom? Okay? If I give everybody in America $10,000 right now, I give my kid 10,000 pieces of bubble gum. When she runs out of that bubble gum, man, she ain't going to know how to get it. Your freedom comes from your ability. Your freedoms come from your motivation. Your freedom comes from not settling every day. And middle class America, contrary to what the billionaire wrote in the article, nobody can give you freedom, baby. You got to go out and earn it. You got to fight for it. A flag does not give you freedom. The fact that you know how to put your hand over your heart and do the American anthem don't make you that eagle. That eagle is free. You know why? Because he or she gets up every day, puts wind underneath his or her wings, flies and kills a freaking mouse rat. Is that what they're called? Whatever they are. Hunts it down all day long, kills it, bring it back to kitties until kitties get knocked out of nest and learn how to repeat it. Eat what you kill, baby. That's the economy we're in. Mike from Orlando.
Hey, Grant. Just thanks a lot for taking my call. And it's interesting that you mentioned freedom because I am a veteran. I fought 2 wars for this country from 2004 to 2007. And I came back, did a traditional GI Bill, got my degree through UCF here, Central Florida. After that, worked in corporate America, I got a job after I think about applying to 20 different jobs at eBay, making pennies.
Yeah.
Here. My question is this. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of corporate America. I'm in grad school right now, going to Nova Southeastern University.
Oh, good for you, man. I love Nova. I love that university.
Yeah. It's good. My question is this. I'm finishing up an MBA right now. I want financial freedom.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want financial freedom, and I want to know the best route. I'm 34 years old. I have this experience. I want to know the best route to get there and get there fast. What would you do if you were me?
Well, that's interesting. First of all, I want to say thank you for serving for our country. I know everybody tells you that. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate your.
It was an honor. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm 30. Let's say I'm 34 years old. What would I do today? Number one, I'd learn everything about sales and marketing that I could get my hands on. Everything I could, because at the end of the day, your financial freedom, if you can show me one person that's financially free that didn't completely understand sales, negotiating, and marketing. They all understand it perfectly. So the school you're going to is a great school. I love all those guys out there. They're very entrepreneurial. They're very much out of the box. I think there's tremendous opportunity right out there, Mike. I think you're looking for the right things. If you're looking for financial freedom, you need to be at $120 to get there. You got to figure out where's the job that's going to pay me $120. How do I earn $120? How do I get to $10,000 a month? So that you have enough money. If you're living on 3 or 4 of it, you pay the government $3,000. You're still sitting with $3,000 or $4,000 every month, and you can start thinking about doing some other things with your money. So I would number one, learn everything you can about sales and marketing. Number 2, look for a vehicle. Look for the right company to get with that's got enough speed and enough fuel in its tank, money, and speed, interest in growing. Find a company like that you can go play with. I'd love to interview you myself. Come down to Miami. I'd love to meet you.
Wow. That's it's funny you mentioned that because I was thinking about, I did some research on your company and everything, how you've expanded and grown. I know the history about yourself. I love what you do. It's very inspiring, very motivating. In fact, coming back from the military and being where I am right now, I've been very, very depressed about the whole situation, but discovering who you are, you're an inspiration, man.
Oh, dude, thanks a lot. Come down to Miami. Have a coffee with me, all right? We'll have a Cuban espresso together. Folks, you're listening to the Cardone Zone. We're talking about freedom today. I'm going to tell you how to get freedom, okay? Entrepreneurs are an important part of the creation process. You need to start thinking entrepreneurial. I don't care if you're a maid, housekeeper, I think I got to call you now. I don't care if you're an NBA basketball player, okay? Everything in between. You need to start working on your freedom. And how do you do that? LeBron is thinking entrepreneurial. You got to think entrepreneurial. These are the free people. You got to think, even if you're working for a company, think entrepreneurial. Number 2, okay, start investing in yourself to get your freedom. Quit hanging on to your money. When you get a chance to learn something, to read a book, okay, to invest in an audio program, that Grant on the Go package, I think it's, $169. It's a $700 package. It's nothing. It's no money. The only way you're going to get your freedom is to learn how to be an entrepreneur in this marketplace. I want to take Jason from Dallas, and then we'll wrap it up, all right? Jason?
Yes. How you doing, Grant?
Good. Thanks for calling in, Jason.
Yes, sir. You're my man. I have a question. So, I am rich. I'm not free yet. And
How rich are you, man? How rich are you? Tell me.
My net worth right now is down to about $680,000, but I took a hit. It was about 1.3 mil. And I came from absolutely nothing. So, so I'm rich in, I guess, my own. I'm not where I want to be, but I've created jobs. I'm creating jobs. And my question to you is, because I always thought to some regard, the rich or the people that are creating things create the platform for other people to be able to sell themselves to get a job. And without those platforms, yes, you could go start an MLM or sell widgets or whatever on the side, but for most people, they plug into an existing platform or infrastructure that a rich person or a successful person created so that they can get a job. Now I believe that once you're in there, you got to create your job and become indispensable, or you'll lose your job, or you just be average. But my question to you is, how doesn't the rich create the infrastructure, the platform for people to be able to plug into a job?
No, hey, I agree with you. Without entrepreneurs, you're not creating a system of opportunity. So either that or everybody needs to become an entrepreneur. But there's only 28 million small businesses in America. 21 million don't hire anybody. So I don't know how they're rich. A guy that's hiring 150 people, is he rich? First of all, he might not be rich. We all assume that everybody that runs a business and owns a company and pays himself is rich. I know people that are broke that have a company. I know chiropractors. I know a chiropractor I had dinner with this weekend. They make millions of dollars every year. He just ended up in a lawsuit, spends all this time, all this energy, all this money. He's got all this equipment. I don't know if he made any money last year or not. Maybe he had a good year. Maybe he didn't. I think what Jason's saying, though, is, and here's a guy worth $680,000, okay? I'm just going to put your net worth in here and see where you rank with let me see where you rank, okay?
Probably low.
There's 300 million people. What does this say? Oh, wow, I just put mine in. I'm too high for a valid rank.
Nice.
But I think the point is, regardless of who's responsible for the job, if you really want a job that's going to set you free, and I think you'd agree with this, you got to create it. It's not something anybody hires you for. I hire somebody to be a graphics person, all of a sudden they create 10 times that. And then they're more valuable to me. That's going to create more freedom. But they got to come back to work tomorrow and create again. You agree with that, Jason?
Yes. You can't. Anyone who's listening, you can't stop. You can't just plug into the platform or the infrastructure. You got to become indispensable. And like you said, Grant, you have to create daily because that's how you will become free. Everywhere I've ever plugged in from the start, you move through the ranks, and then, that's how you can become free and start creating some of your own things.
Yeah, Jason, thanks for calling in. I absolutely agree with you. Folks, we've been talking about freedom, okay? Jason's saying, hey, if you want your freedom, you got to wake up and create it every single day, okay? Here's my takeaways today, okay? Number one, never depend on the economy. You're dependent on the economy. You guys in housing, you're waiting for the housing to recover. You're not free. You guys in automotive, the automobile business is good right now. The people in Miami, condos are selling. These people are not free. What happens when it changes again? That's not freedom, okay? That's dependence. You are responsible for your freedom, okay? If you're going to ever have it, know that you're responsible. Number two, no one creates a job but you. I don't care who's got jobs, who's hiring. Look, what are you doing? You're a victim, okay? No one creates a job. You create your own freedom. You're responsible for it. And number three, look, people are failing in this country because they cut it too close. They're cutting it too close. They're settling for comfort. Quit settling. Freedom does not come to those that settle. It just does not come. And the major significant difference for me between the ultra rich and those, the middle class, is the rich are not looking for freedom or comfort. They're not interested in being comfortable. They're interested in freedom, and they'll spend or invest their last nickels and dimes and pennies in order to get it. You've been listening to the Cardone Zone. Every Tuesday I come to you to talk to you about your business, your finances, your money. My goal is to get you out of the middle class, okay? I don't care where you're at right now. I started with zero. I was 23 years old, and I'm like, I got to get out. I cannot do this anymore. It didn't work for my family, didn't work for my mom. It just got us by. She tried hard. She did a great job, but I wanted out, and I want to help you get out. Remember, you can get out. Stay focused on it. Freedom is your responsibility. Happy July the 4th weekend, and be great. Hey, because nothing else pays, at least not much. Thanks for watching.
Selling is one thing. Closing a transaction is something completely different.
If you don't close, you lose. Stop losing. Start Start closing deals. Make the decision. Discover over 100 ways to ink the deal.
Got to be able to ask for the close in several different ways.
Your job isn't complete until your customer has taken delivery of your product or service.
My job is to help the client make a decision.
Call 800-368-5771 for the Closer Survival Guide book and audio package today.
Your money is in closing a deal. And recommit to your career. Recommit to your profession. Understand the rules of closing a deal.
The Closer Survival Guide book and audio package. Call 800-368-5771. Call 800-368-5771 and start closing today.